So till now we have learned about those concepts. Kotlin basics, why Kotlin for Android, Kotlin syntax, data types, var, val, const, latency, control flow, statement, function, and lambda classes, object, data class, inheritance, interface, visibility, modifier. So in the last video we have covered those topics. So in this video today I'll talk about we'll go through null safety, extension function, properties, collection, enums, Kotlin foundation, and Java to Kotlin interoperability. Let's see how much we do in this video. Hope to complete this day one. So first of all, इस वीडियो में ना ये null safety के बारे में जानेंगे कि ये क्वेश्चन मार्क और ये null assertion और let क्या है, ठीक है. So let भी है. So let's learn about those things. Not Android, Kotlin में ही है ये. So ये null safety आने के बाद ना एंड्रॉयड में ANR जो क्रैश आता था पहले, एप्लीकेशन नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग, तो वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा मिनिमाइज हो चुका है null safety आने के बाद. So null safety is one of the Kotlin most important feature. It helps prevent null pointer exception, which is very common in Java. Exactly. Let's clearly understand this question mark, this double exclamatory symbol, and let keyword. So nullable type in Kotlin, variable are non-nullable by default. So in Kotlin, variable are non-nullable. Variable are non-nullable by default. So if you want to make it null, you have to put this question mark side. For example, this error, we can't put null. It is already seen, I think. Let's delete this code. Delete this too. So ये देखो error, right? ये null value cannot be valued for non-nullable type string. This is a nullable. So to make it nullable, you have to put this question mark. Okay, now it's null. So if we print it, it will print null. So to allow null, we put the question mark after the data type. Okay. Now this variable can hold null. So safe call operator, this is safe call. If variable may be null, use safe call. So var the name string null. Let's see what this output give, right? Now name is null, and if it's length, let's see what it prints. It is printing a simple null string. So what it does is, if it's null, which is currently is, it will print a simple null, and if it's not null, then it will print the length of the string. For example, if we put a simple string there, it will print the length 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7, right? So but if we give it a null, if we reinitialize it with null, it will put the null as a string, it will return null. So without crashing our program, it gives a simple null. So that's the advantage of this. Is a type safe operator. We can also give let's see if this is possible. We can also use ternary operator to do this. Wait a second, yeah, this one, LB operator, yeah, or ternary operator, this one I was talking about. So what it says is if it's null, it will print guessed. See, if it's null, it will print guessed, and if it's not null, it will print the name itself, which is an image. See, so this is the LB operator. Wait a second, let's go at the top. So we just saw the shape call operator that we can use this kind of operator, question mark and dot symbol, to get the length. If it's null, which is currently null, the output will be null. If it's not null, then the length will print, no crash. So we won't get any crash, but in the case of Java, this will crash. So without safe call, this will error here. It will give compile time error. And that's a very good features of Kotlin. Now it's a null assertion, forces Kotlin to treat value as non-nullable. So it's like an suicide, I guess. It's like suicide. I mean, it means forcing. We are absolutely sure that this string will not contain any null value, right? So if it's contain null, it will crash. Like in this, if it's null, then it will simply put in output null, no crash occurs, right? But in this non-null assertion, we are absolutely sure that the string value won't be null. If somehow it becomes null, then we get crash. So it is mostly used in the legacy code base. So when you converting from Java to Kotlin or Kotlin to Java, I mean Java to Kotlin, then most of the time we have to use this, because I have worked on Java project and converted some Java project to Kotlin. So extensive amount of time, lots of time I have to use the not null assertion. So let's see an example. एक example उसका देखते हैं ना. So var name string and image. So yeah, it will simply print the length 7. Okay, 7. But this means we are absolutely sure that this name variable won't be null. ठीक है. But अगर हमने इसको null set कर दिया ना name को, तो ये क्रैश मारेगा. अभी भी वार्निंग आ रहा है, देखो, अनरीचेबल कोड, अनरीचेबल, रिमूव. पता नहीं ये अनरीचेबल कहाँ पे लग रहा है इसको. अच्छा, नेम को null लिख लिया. ब्रैकेट इंटरनल आई तो जेटबीन्स फंक्शन क्या रहा है अभी. dot cause of stone that we compose function code in generality. Null. Okay, now name dot net only say for non-null assertion are allowed on a nullable receiver type, nothing. So let's just force it that you will absolutely sure that this variable won't be null. So it will simply give us the length. But if we give it ভিডিও বানিয়ে বেটিস so now if we give this variable null, it will crash the app. See, we got the error which is legal state exception. Fake override should be written. I don't know what it's saying. I don't know, man. This root cause is a runtime exception thrown back and generate. It's not specifically mentioning, but we get a red squiggly line. That means something went wrong. Just to ये जान लो आप, ठीक है ना? तो उसको एलिमिनेट करते हैं ना. और ये null assertion ये रिस्की चीज़ है भाई, इसको नहीं देते तो अच्छा है. तो ये non-null assertion यही है कि हम we are absolutely sure that this this name won't giving us null value. If it gives null, the program will crash. So yes, see, if it's null and we use non-null assertion, this will crash. Null pointer exception. Yeah. So rule is avoid this double explanatory non-null assertion in the real and real depths unless absolutely sure. So ये मतलब नहीं यूज़ करना चाहिए. अगर नहीं मतलब यूज़ करने से अगर नहीं हो रहा है ना, तभी मतलब एब्सोल्युटली जब हम श्योर होंगे कि whatever you are getting into this variable is not null, then you can use it. But टाइप सेव यूज़ करो, जैसे कि सेफ कॉल ऑपरेटर यूज़ करो या फिर जो टर्नरी ऑपरेटर है ना वो यूज़ करो तो बढ़िया रहेगा, ठीक है. नाउ लेट फंक्शन से भी हम चेक कर सकते हैं कि इफ इट्स null और नॉट, ठीक है. So let's see the let function. Bar is name is nullable, ठीक है. Name is null. Let, if it's not null, it will print 7 not equal to null. It will print 7 if it's null. Let's see what happens. I think it will not execute. This block won't be executed, I guess. Yeah, this we are not getting a null, so it's also a good one. Okay, so we can also use this non-null assertion here, but it's not good way. I'm just using it for for demonstration purpose, but in practical use cases we should not be using this. If it's null, then the program will crash 100%. Yeah, see, we get the null pointer exception. Don't use this unless it's absolutely necessary. So there's the let function. There's a let function used to safe call to run code only when the value is not null. That has implementation. It says call specifically function block with this value as an argument and return result for detailed user information. So this is if name is null, block won't get executed like we have seen. It won't return even a null string. How let works? Name.let value printed value.length. We can without it we can give it's just an argument here, simple argument, and we use string.length. This also, instead of using let, we can give this particular name of the argument and then just use this in the println. In this case we have used str.length. So real Android example is intent.getString extra username.let text view.text. So we in this specific Android example, it is just passing one values from one activity or one fragment to another. It is saying intent.get string extra username. If it's not null, then if it's not null, then define the text of the text view to it. Okay, so that's a real world example. It's returning a string. So if it's not null, the username, whatever the value associated with this username, if it's not null, then set the text view to the text that is associated with this get string extra. So yeah, this will avoid case. If it's null, then this block of code won't get executed. So we can also use LBS operator. We've already seen this, but still let's explore this one more time. So that's a very good way. So अब तक तो हम देख रहे थे कि अगर null हो तो एक simply एक null string आ जाता है ना, null. So to avoid this we can हम अपना एक कुछ एक text रख सकते हैं कि this is null. ठीक है. So ये अगर null होगा तो ये print हो जाएगा. ठीक है. Name, if its name is null, which is currently is, null print होगा. अगर null नहीं होगा तो simply LBS operator question mark के जो left hand side में होगा वही print होगा. And if it's not, then if it's null, then जो right hand side में होगा ये this is null, ये print होगा. So let's see. It will print this is null. ठीक है, this is null. Now if it's not null, then it will print the value. So for example, this is simply AA. Now it's not null, so it's printing this. This is also a good null checker. So instead of getting the null, we can use this. ठीक है. Provide a default value instead of null. So सही है ना? Now another thing is safe cast. Object.any.hello string and the string as string. So it is of type any. We have converted it as to string casting. Safe cast. So object.any and println str. It will print hello. Okay. It is of any type, converted as any type to string. No cast needed. Remove useless cast. So because it's currently string, so we don't need to cast it to anything. See hello. So give it any and give it an int value 55. Okay, 55. Now value of object has always be null. Safe cast. If something went wrong, it will simply print null without caching the app. So that's a safe cast string. We have to give it a int. We have to convert it as string object as int. So if you're converting double to int, always null. It's always null. Something went wrong. Object as double. If we keep it double, initialize type mismatch, expected int and actualize double. object as double str, convert it from any to double. Returns null if cast fails. Returns null if casting fails. Quick comparison. Question mark nullable type. Safe call forces non-null. This is dangerous. Let execute only if it's not null. Default value. Real world under pattern. Most common pattern is where username intended gets extra to username. If it's null, it will print cast, and if it's not null, it will print this value. You can also use the let function. Intended get string username. Let show username. Let. If it's not null, it will execute this line. If it returns null, it will skip this code block. Okay, I want to see some more example on smartcast here. Wait a second. Give me more example example on smartcast. Let's see. Smartcast in Kotlin means the compiler automatically casts a variable to more specific type after it checks the type nullable, so you don't need explicit cast like Java. Let's go to some file type. Smartcasting is type checking. Print object is string. This object is string. Print object.length smartcasting to string. So it's any to string is great. After object is string, Kotlin automatically treats object as string. Print length any if object is string, print object.length. So in Java you would do object instance of string, such as print object.length. Smartcasting if else. If object int, also else if object is string here. So each branch is just smartcast automatically. Smartcasting with nullable, print name string if name not equal to null, smartcast to non-nullable string. Okay, this is also smartcast. Okay, this is a very understandable line here. If it's not null, smartcast with and smartcast with let. It's non-nullable string. So there's lots of examples that's given. So we got the idea about null safety. This safe calls, non-null assertion, and this let function. Okay, now talk about extension function and properties. Extension function and properties in Kotlin. Let's see some examples on this. So extension function properties in Kotlin lets you add new function. So extension function Extension function and properties in Kotlin that let you add a new function and properties to an existing class without modifying its source code. This is used a lot in other development. Extension function. Extension function is like it defined as a it feels like it defined as a implementation in somewhere, but it's not. We just declared it. So let me show you an example. Fun class name function name code. Example. Hello this right. So the fun main if we give it string that extension string means dot great, it will print hello Nimesh, right? What we can also do is, let's see, if this dot let's see, if this dot to int is greater than 18 println you are old enough for this, else greater than or equal to, let's see, else you are underage. So this will definitely crash the application. Number format exception. We need to give it a number, like 27. 27. So you are old enough for this 2-year-old. You are underage. So it's like extending string. For example, like println, if we give a dot to uppercase, let's see, there's a function extended is animes dot uppercase, which is an inbuilt inline function. It's also an extension. See, string dot uppercase, string dot distribute java dot to uppercase, local dot root is also using to uppercase. So it's an extension function, right? So like this, where we have created an extension function in Kotlin. In here, 2.greet is, see, its animation is now in uppercase. So that's the extension function. Extension function is really helpful. Extension function properties in Kotlin lets you add functional properties into an existing class without modifying its source code. Yeah, that's exactly what I defined. So we don't need to declare another public actual inline function here. We can do it also. We can do it. It's a file is read only. So if we want to extend our string classes without even extending the source code, without extending in the main implementation of source code. We can create this kind of extension function inside a Kotlin file, and to use it we just call this with this string or int, whatever we are extending it. So you can also do it this int, the int function you are also extending. So 6.greet, okay, we are underage. See, it's related to integer, so that's why we don't need to cast it to int because it's already int. It's not double, we only can do it with int because it's extending the int type. So if you got the idea about the extension function, which is really powerful. String is the receiver type. String is the receiver. String in the receiver type. This refers to the object calling to its function. This refers to the object calling to its function. So this one, sorry, this one. Extension function with return value int dot square int return this dot date 5 dot square 25. Extension function with parameter string add prefix of this and this. Extension function Mr. add prefix Mr. add prefix. Android example, very common. Text to visibility, text to visibility view dot visible. You can also create view dot show, use as text view dot show visibility. So that's a very great example. View dot so in the Android world, if we want to make a text be visible, we can use visible dot visible, right? So we can also create an extension function of this from this view, right? View dot show visibility equal to visibility. So we can just simply use text view dot show, text view dot show. Okay, this eliminates to create this. Okay, because it's already doing the work in the extension function. So this is widely used in real project, extension property and this. So it's not going too deep. So extension function properties we have seen, right? What are the properties? Extension function in collection, real and uses views utility fragment helper context string fun context to toast dot message toast dot make test toast hello text dot toast dot hello. So if we call this toast hello, simply we'll print a toast without every time we can reuse this, right? You can reuse this extension function toast to eliminate the need of creating this over and over, right? Toast dot make test this length shorts just show. So we can reuse this to eliminate the need of creating this multiple time when using toast in Android. So that's it for extension function and property. Now let's see collection and function operator. Let's see collection and function operator in Kotlin. Let's see what this says. So Kotlin collection are very powerful and are often used in functional operators. Map filter for each, etc. Wait a second. Kotlin collections are very powerful and are often used in function operator like map, filter, for each, etc. These are used in every Android app. API response, list, by state. Let's go step by step. Type of collection in Kotlin. Main collection type is list, ordered collection, set, unique element, map, key value pair. So each has a read-only version and mutable version. Yeah, read-only means we can only access it and we can't rewrite it. Mutable is we can access it also, rewrite it also, delete it and add it. So that's called mutable. So read-only list. List is pair number list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cannot add remove element. Yeah. Mutable list. Use join list changes. Number dot add for set. Can I remove it? Let's take an example. Remove this extension function. Number dot add auto print ln numbers. Let's run it. Let's run it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can edit this now. Numbers dot remove at index 0, 1, 2, 3. Remove the 4th. Yes, 1, 2, 3. We can remove it, add it, delete it, access it in the mutable list. Use join list changes. Set store unique value. So store unique value. So if we print this, if we add this code, set of 1, 2, 2, 3, it will remove the item that is declared more than 1. So 2 is added 2 times, so it's just removed it, and the output is 2 is 1 time. Map is key value pair. This is key, this is value. So user dot map of name dot to animals age is 2 and 22. We can call it by its key. We can access this using keys. So print user name. It will print an image. Let's see. See, it will print the value associated with this key. So functional operator most important. What we have currently seen is collection in Kotlin. List, set and map. Okay, this is very powerful. Now we'll see the functional operator most important part. This allows process collection in a clean way for each. Let's see the example. Numbers dot it's returning a list of int. We can also explicitly define it. If you give double, it's not double, right? If you want to keep it double, you have to do this. Now it's double. So if we remove it, a Kotlin will hint it to list double. Now if we run it, it will print 1, 2, 3 for each. You can also define a argument, and if instead of it we can use this name. This keyword. We can just instead of it we can use this for readability purpose. You can also use it. It's less line of code. It looks good actually. So I'll just keep it to it man. It that's more looks a professional. So we have seen the for each. We have seen the for each. Now let's use map now, transform each element. So if we use the so I got distracted by this social media thing. So now you've seen the for each functional operator. Most important part, you have seen the for each to print out all the items in a list, equivalent to loop path cleaner. Yes. Now transform data, transform each element. So let's see what this map is transformed our list. How this map transform list numbers of list of integer 1 2 3 and doubled numbers dot map it dot it star to it multiply by 2. So whatever the values inside this number list, it will get doubled. First it will double to 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 2, sorry, 3 2 into 2 4, 3 into 2 6. So it will double down it. Let's run it. Transform the list into different uh, way as we wish. So that's the map. 1 2 4 6. We just double it down. Very common undertone mapping API data to UI model. Now let's use filter. Let's use filter. Select element, keeps element matching condition. Val numbers list of, as a name suggests, it will filter down the element. We can use filter to map, I guess so. Let's see, it modular division equal to 2. It will it modular division into 2. Let's see, 3 4 6. We also transform this to a list if only even number. It is giving if it's true or false, false true, true, false true. Okay, not transforming it, not filtering out. So let's see if we use the filter, what will happen. Yeah, 2 4 6. So both are very different. So if we give map and this, it will just give us true or false. It had to transform. So that's the difference between filter and map. Transform data, select element, keep element matching condition. Matching condition keeps element matching condition even numbers but filter modular 2 equal to 0, print even number, right? 2 4. now find it. There's another uh, transform operator, another functional operator which is called find. The result of numbers would find each category returns first match or null. Any, let's check it out. Result numbers would find. Result is numbers dot find it greater than equal to it greater than equal to 3. Let's see. 4 6 it will greater than equal to 3 is the first element that will give 5. So returns the first match or null. Return first match equal to 3. Yeah, 4 is there. So any all none it greater than equal to println numbers of any greater than equal to 2 to all it greater than equal to 2 any number greater than equal to 2. Yes, there's a number greater than equal to it all greater than equal to 0. Yes, all are greater than equal to 0. None is greater less than equal to 0. So let's give it a minus 55. This will turn out to be false, I guess. Yeah. All greater than equal to 0. No, there is a minus element added. So that's the any all none. And there's also a count integer. Count element matching condition. Let's see. Equal to it will return an integer. So it's the name suggests it will count all the how many even number is there, right? Control R. Let's see. 4 2 4 6 and 44 is also even. Let's remove this minus. It's also even, so that's why 2 4 6 3 number which is even. So reduce also there, print then sorted is also there. Reduce is combined value sum list of 1 2 3 reduce section to print output 6 combines value 3 4 5 6 it all combines. Sorted numbers sort list of 5 2 8 1 sorted by ascending order, I guess. Println of sorted 5 2 8 1 1 2 5 8. Reversed, there is an extension function that is reversed. It will reverse it 1 8 2 5. It is also an extension. See, it's also an extension function. Sorted is also an extension. See, so sort object sort by age, very common in real apps. Data, sort of the data class. sorted sort of the data class user name, age, values a list of user A and the age, so sorted by user age. It will sort by user from ascending order. So let me show you. Well, dot sorted user dot sorted by age. It will first print A20 and then BA. Let's print ln sorted user. Sorted user dot B20 AH user dot sorted by age. So it will return a list of user. Contains last index list data. So it will sort this from ascending order. So B is because 20 is less than 25, that's why it is printed in the first position. Also, I want to print it from ascending order by name. So it will be John first and then Miss later. John first, Miss here. So very common in real apps. So chaining operator powerful. Result list of 1, 2, 3, 4. Filter is smaller than 2 and also map is it into 10. So first it will filter down which is even number. So 2, 4 here is even. So it will then 2 into 10, 20 and 4 into 10, 40. So 20 and 40 will be there. Let's see if my prediction is correct. 20 and 40. There is a list of 20 and 40. Let's give it a shot. Print ln result. 2040. See, so what it's the chaining operation, powerful feature. Chaining operation means first we have defined a list, right, with a list of integer value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First it is filtering. First it's using an extension function called filter. It will filter down. It will filter the list which is 8 multiplication 2 equal to 0. It's even. I'm just checking the even is 2 and 4, and then 2 and 4 will be then multiplied by 10, which is 20, 40. So there's a chaining operation. So the Android uses this kind of thing, mutable versus read only. So quick summary, most used in real apps are maps, filter, for each, find, sorted, any, all. Why Kotlin collections are so powerful? Answer is function operation, maps, filter, cleaner and safer code, less boilerplate than Java Stream. So we learned about this collection in functional operation, map, filter, and each. Now let's talk about the enum class. Enum classes in Kotlin are used for representing a fixed set of constraints. They are similar to Java enums but most powerful because they can have properties, function, and constructor. Basic enum north, south, east, west. Enum class in Kotlin is to represent a fixed set of constants. They are similar to Java enums but more powerful because they can have properties, function, and constructor. We will also see what is the difference between shield class and enums. Now let's see the example of enum class. Enum class direction dot north. Direction equal to direction dot north is println direction. So north. So using enum with when. Using enum with when. When is like switch in Java. So they equal to direction dot north if when they direction dot the north up, south down, east right, left west left. So north is up, south is down, east is right, and west is left. So it's printing up. Great. Enum with properties. Enum class day values weekend boolean Tuesday. Enum with properties. Enum class day value weekend dot boolean Monday, Tuesday, Sunday to is weekend. Print dot Sunday dot is weekend. Enum with properties. We can use enum with properties. Println day dot Sunday dot is weekend. True. Println day dot Sunday and calling it is weekend is true or false too. Now Tuesday is Tuesday weekend. Tuesday is not weekend, so it should turn out to be false. Enum classes day is well is weekend boolean. So enum class day well is weekend. Boolean. Monday is false, Tuesday false, Sunday is true. So is weekend is false. So enum with function, we can also use function inside enum class. So it's we only use this kind of thing in enum classes like this, north, south, east, west. So enum with function. We also use success, error, and other message, but now we have silk classes do this kind of thing. See the silk class is for if state and error handling. We can use enums for if state and error handling, but silk classes is mostly used now in Android. Enum class result, success, error, found message, string, return when this successful, error, something went wrong. Println result of success dot message. Result dot success dot message. Message. Okay. Enum constructor. Enum can have constructor like this. Enum class have constructor like this. Enum class color well hex red, green, blue. We can call it using print color dot red dot hex. It is actually used in Android Datepad Compose. I have seen it. Loop to enum for day one day print. Day get enum from string must match exactly real Android example. So enums are used in UI state. As I've said, enums are used in UI state, network state, app theme. Example, enum class used in network state loading success error, but we use now for silk classes. So enum class network state loading success error. Loading success error uses when state on state network state loading is loading. Network state dot success is show data. Network state error show error. Enums versus silk class important. So enums is fixed constant. More silk class is more flexible. Enums is lightweight, can hold defined data types. Enums has same structure, different subclasses. Enums are based on fixed set of value, same structure. Quick summary. Enums represent fixed with can properties, can function, often used with when. Interpret what is enums in Kotlin. Enums class used to represent fixed set of constant. Like unlike Java's enum, Kotlin enums can have properties, constructor, and function. If you are preparing a serious Android interview seriously for the interview, the next most important Kotlin topic after enums is silk classes. These are used heavily in UI state, network response handling, and PVM. I can explain silk class in simplest way if you want. Yes, explain silk class. Let's see what silk class is. Silk classes in Kotlin are used to represent a restricted hierarchy of classes, meaning all possible subclasses are known at compile time. They are very useful in Android for handling UI state, network represent, and event. Let's understand step by step what is silk class. A silk class can have multiple subclasses. All subclasses must be declared in the same file or module scope in a newer Kotlin version. Helps the compiler to know all possible types. Help compiler to know all possible type. So silk class can have multiple subclasses. We can do this in enums. So success, error, loading helps the compiler to know all possible type. So silk classes can have multiple subclass. All subclasses must be declared in the same file or module scope in the newer Kotlin version. Helps the compiler to know possible type. Silk class result, class success, val data string result, val error, val message string result, class loading result. Using silk class with find most important news. Fun handle result. Using silk class with find fun handle state result. When result is success pin to success dot data result dot data. And result is success result dot data. Result is message loading. It's loading. No else needed. Compiler knows all possible cases. This is a major advantage of our enums or interface. Notice no else is needed. Compiler knows all possible cases. C class in Kotlin is to represent a restricted hierarchy class meaning all possible subclasses are known at compile time. They are very useful in handling by state, network response, and event. This is a major advantage of our enums or interface. Cleaner version. Recommended style. Usually subclasses are declared inside. Shield class result, data class success, val data string, data class error, val message string result, object loading result. So val result of success.
The chocolate. Imli.
So what again? Malata again. Actually, my father bought a chocolate. Malata again.
Na. Sa panuta hoy loge tumaro toothpaste guta. Oh, okay. So there saitya daam wa saitya nu saitya sa panuta. Saitya to le mo pai ga or saitya to le.
Usually subclass are declared inside. This class result, data class success, or loading. A real Android example, very common network state, shell classify state, object loading, by state, data success, well data by state, B model when state is UI state of loading, so loading is UI state success, show data is UI state of error, show error. This pattern is used in MBB Gateway Compose Atrophy response. Why not enum? Yeah, that's exactly what I questioned. My question also. Enum example, enum class state is loading success error. Cannot attach defined data to each state easily. Each subclass can hold defined data. Each subclass can hold defined data. Each yes. Set class was abstract class, limited subclasses, unlimited subclass, no set compile time not known, better for state handling, better for inheritance hierarchy. Shell versus abstract. Each subclass can hold defined data. The key defines how enums and shield class are structured. Enums every constant is same type and structure. Shield class each subclass is defined class, so each can have defined properties. Let's see this clearly. Enums limitation. Suppose we want to represent a network response with enums. We do this. Enums classes loading success error problem. Where do you store the data from success? Where do you store your error message? Enum don't easily allow defined data path constant. You could try enums network state where message loading success error, but now all constant must have same type of data, which is string, and cannot store defined types like list or throwable. That's the limitation. Okay. Can you see okay, let me yeah, all must have a string. If we give any, yeah, if we give any, then it's possible. What you are saying, and all constant must have the same data type, which is string. We can give any. Cannot store defined type like list or throwable. That's a limitation. Okay. With shield class solution, define data allowed. With shield class, uh, we can use object loading network state, data class, success val, users list of string. Okay. Error message and network state val error message. Data class success. Val user success and network state. Now each subclass has defined properties, defined data type, and defined logic. How it works internally. Each subclass is actually a defined class. Network state, loading no data, success has a user list, error has a message. So they don't need to share the same field. Error message also. Real example handle state. Real example handle state. State network state when state is network dot loading println loading. Is network success println state dot user is network error state dot message. So each branch access defined properties. Why enums cannot do this? If we try to store multiple types in enums, for example, enums class val data any success list of AB error something went wrong loading no problem type safety lost if we use any. Okay, casting required. Okay, risk of runtime error. Shield class avoid this. Shield class avoid this. Okay. Real life Android example very common. Okay, response. Shield class API result. API result. Object loading, API result, data class success, well data list of string API result, uh, data class failure error dot into the API result. So define state query define data loading no data success list failure error code. This pattern is everywhere in view model repository layer compose UI. Easy to remember. Enums fixed value no complex data. Example days direction status status flag etc. Cell class state with defined data. Example loading success error. Interview one line. Enums represent a fixed constant with the same structure. Enum represent fixed content with the same structure, while cell class allows each subclass to hold defined data and behavior. If you want to really understand architecture, the next concept of connect everything is UI state pattern using cell class name BVM compose. This is Justin. Would you like to show the example for this? Let's see the real example. We are, I think, I am learning pretty good using this kind of ChatGPT command here. Just so here is a real world Android example where cell classes are much better than enums UI state handling, very common in BVM compose. When the loading data from API, a screen usually has defined state, loading, success, errors. Each state needs defined data, which enum cannot handle uh, cleanly using a cell class recommended cell class UI state, object loading UI state data class where list of string UI state data class error. Usage is from fun render state UI state UI state when state is loading slow progress bar UI state of success show data state dot data UI error error. Why this is so powerful? Each subclass can define data loading success error. This is possible with this is impossible with enums without hex. So if you try this using enum class loading success error problem, what will be store the data? Where you will store the error message. You need an extra variable outside, which becomes messy. Another real example: API response wrapper, cell class result out API response wrapper, cell class result out t data dot success t. It's generics using it generics data class success t variable data result t data failure when exception result nothing object loading. So using it handle result of result with success print result of data result of failure print ln dot result dot exception dot message. This pattern is used in P model repository layer of it that we compose UI. We have used the cell classes, right? Scope function. We have already seen this kind of lay. So cell class is much more powerful. Now I am convinced that cell class is much more powerful than enums. Enum is for simple list, simple handling. Cell class is for complex handling like UI coming from API response or API response, and if the data is coming from a local database. So you should use scope shield classes, generics basic understanding. Scope function let apply also run with generic basic understanding. So we've got to know about enums and shield classes. Now I am convinced why you should not use enum. That's great. Shield class. Now if we don't use the keyword shield, what will happen? Let's see this. This type is final, so it cannot be extended. Shield. This type is make by open. If you don't use shield and use this, what will happen? Let's see. Let's confuse AI. Let's AI think deep. What if we use open instead of shield? Good question. This gets to the code difference between open and shield. So your code is open class UI state object loading UI state data class success UI state or something. This will work, but you lose some important advantage. Anyone can extend the class. With open, any class anywhere can extend it. Class unknown state UI state. Now your when block is unsafe. So find render state UI state when state UI state is loading this and that. Right? Compiler says nothing, but at runtime unknown state not handled. Bug risk. Shield class prevents it. With shield class UI, only subclass of the same file can extend it. Subclass of the same file, so the compiler knows all possible state. So only subclasses in the same file can extend it, so the compiler knows all possible state. So exhaustive when big advantage. With shield, when state is no else is needed, compiler guarantees all cases handled. But with open, Kotlin forces else because most subclasses might exist. That's a big difference. So these are the deep question you have to ask to ChatGPT to understand it. So it's a very valid question that I've asked. Real world example. So let's read it again. So this gets to the code difference between open and sealed. So if we keep it open, anyone can extend this class. With open, any class anywhere can extend it. Anywhere can extend it, right? For example, unknown state, UI state can extend. Now the when block is unsafe. Find the end state, when state UI state was loading, UI state was successful. Compiler says nothing, but at runtime unknown state not handled. Unknown state not handled, right? Loading success error is unknown state not handled. Big bug risk. Shield class prevent this. With shield class, only subclasses of the same file can extend this. So the only subclasses in the same file can extend this. So the compiler knows all possible state. Exhaustive while, big advantage. With shield, if we put the state in the when expression, and we can use is no else needed. Compiler guarantees all cases handled at compile time. With open, because the more subclass might exist, Kotlin forces this. Real world example, where state does it. Real world impact, well UI state flow UI state. If a new state appears but UI doesn't handle it, shield compile time warning, open runtime bug. If a new state appears but UI doesn't handle it, UI state flow UI state. If a new class appears but UI doesn't handle it, shield class compile time warning, open runtime bug. This is where Google samples user shield classes for UI state. If a new state appears but UI doesn't handle it, that's where Google sample is shield class for UI state. When should you open? We expect inheritance by other modules, love libraries. We don't know all subclasses in advance. Quick comparison. Can be extended anywhere? Yes. Can extend it anywhere? No. Compiler knows all subclasses? No. Shield, yes. Exhaustive when possible? No. Exhaustive when possible? No. Yes. Best for UI state? Yes. Shield class is best for UI state. Easy mode to open for extension by anyone. Shield closed type of set. That's a very good example that I have just asked to ChatGPT. Generics basic understanding. I think I should write an article on this. This is a very deep concept. Why shell instead of open, right? Why shell instead of enums? That's a very great example. That will be a very great Medium article. So let's talk about generics now. Generics is simple. It looks complex, but it's just simple. Initially, generics was very complex for me, but currently generics has become very bread and butter for me. Generics in Kotlin, let's understand it. So generics in Kotlin allows you to write a reusable type-safe code that works with defined data types without casting. Thinking of generics as placeholder for a type. Why generics are needed? Without generics, fun, print data, any problem, no type safety, casting required later. Generics solve this. basic generic function is a fun print data print data. So print data hello, print data 10 as t is a type parameter. Compiler replace t with actual type. So that's a very good example of generics. Let's give it a, let's paste it. So print data is 45. This now string print data is animesh. So t is it a return type? I think unresolved reference. T is a type parameter. Compiler replace t with actual type. Generic class example class box t equal value t. So uses inbox box 10 Kotlin now box int string multiple type parameter class pair box ab bell first a bell b second. So pair box age 25 first second. Generics with function returning value fun t get value. For generics with function returning value fun t get value return value. Do not print anything. Making this function generic type t generic function with return value get value is an upper bound restriction type. You can restrict generic type t number println value. You can restrict generic type number print number t number is extended by short double and int. We can use short double int long, but we can't use string there, string or boolean. I'll show you 45.00 is now, but we can't use this. Okay, println is this cannot infer type of this parameter specific it explicitly to int. So this is possible casting it number format expression for 45. Okay. To double, that's why not used to double, that's why it's giving error. A print line is return is true. So restricted by giving by in by inheriting from the numbers, we are restricting it so that only number can be there, only number can be passed to this print number function. Okay, nesting. So upper bound, we can restrict the generic type. So invalid Kotlin parameter has error because t must be a number here, generic list. So what I am saying is number int is, so for example integer, for example int is actually extended from number, that's why. Let me show you. Well, int double short 3. So I can show you that int is also inheriting from number, double is also inheriting from number, and the short is also inheriting from number. So that's why all numbers can be accepted, right? Be it int, double or short. So that's why we can add a double too. Hope you got the idea behind the upper bound in generics. So generic list example, most common method, where number list int, list of 1 2 3, and names listing, list of abc. So we can, I'll show you, we can use any. So keep any. So numbers is list int. So if we keep any, then we can also add string as well. String. Also we can add boolean as well. True, false, because it's any. So if we use int, it will give error because it's type mismatch. Infer type is string, but int was expected. Int was expected, right? So string expected. Now we will give an string. So generic type in example, generic list example, star projection. When you don't care about type, list dot size, useful in logging or debugging. Multiple type parameter, class pair box a b, well first, well second b, pair box age 25, upper bound hello, generic list example, list of int, list of 1 2 3, list of a b, star position used when you don't care about type, fun paint list star, useful in logging and debugging. Type in fans in Kotlin advantage, you don't need to specify type box Kotlin infers to int, just Java requires explicit type mode of an. Real Android example, repository pattern, silk class result t, data class success t, well data t, result t, all are generics. So result of success list of user result of success only, string, done. Reusable of any type. Interval level question, two important keyword, producer covariant and int consumer contravariant. Interval level of covariant control, it's a very advanced thing. You can learn variance later, basic enough for now. Okay, easy to remember. Generics answer, I want this class function to work with any type safely. PLL example question. Why does Kotlin uses list out instead of list t? So this is a favorite interview question. Once you understand it, generics become much cleaner. It's a covariant and counter variant. Why use Kotlin? Use list out tree and instead of list t. Covariant and counter variant. So I think we can write 2 Medium article of this. So let me save this. I'll write this Medium article tomorrow. First of all, this is the question. Okay, what is covariant then? What is called is what difference between covariant and contravariant in generics. One, okay. Second is enums versus cell class. Notes.txt. Let's save it on desktop. So okay, this is very important. To article I'll write it. Okay. I want this class function to work and to type safely. So you understand generics basic understanding, right? So let's stop this video for today. Tomorrow I'll go through Kotlin and this Java to Kotlin interoperability. I can also touch those topic today, but it will be very extended session. So we are not overflowing any. We should not overflow the understanding. So today in this video today we just learned null safety extension function, collection and function operator, map filter, for each enum, cell class, scope function, and generics. So we have gone very deeply. We have touched this topic very deeply. We have touched this topic very deeply. Tomorrow we'll go through Kotlin and Java to Kotlin interoperability. So that's it for this video today. I'll see you tomorrow.